What's up, everybody? It's your boy Casey Cox, man. We in this rebuild, and we in the middle of this quarantine. Oh man, it's crazy. It's going down all over, man. In the U.S., man. I'm here in New York. Right now we're on non-essential stay-home orders right now, meaning that if you're not a non-essential worker, you're supposed to be staying home, not making any trips outside your house, basically, except for food and supplies, or to go to the doctor or something like that. Right now, almost everything is closed. Most restaurants and is closed. Some can still be open if they can do delivery or takeout. Other than that, that's it. There's no sit down eating no more. It's a wrap for that in New York. Everything else is closed. The clothing stores, everything is shut down. Bar, as you can see, this is my quarantine look. The barber is shut down, so I ain't been able to get to my barber. It is what it is. I'm an essential worker. I work for transit, so I gotta go out, to go to work. But right now, even that is running at they're running at 50% workforce capacity. So that means across all titles in transit, they're splitting the worker groups in half and working a week on and a week off. So right now I'm on my off week, and I go back to work on Sunday the 5th, and then the group that's in there now gets to stay home for a week. That's how they're doing it right now. Basically, due to the obviously lack of traffic out there, there's not that much going on, so they're running the trains and buses, differently. So they only need all the manpower. Plus, I guess it's their play to try to keep their workers out of circulation, out the streets as much as possible, to try to keep the transit's personal corona curve as flat as possible. But we've lost a couple of people already in transit. A number of people have passed already, and so it's crazy. It's touching everything and everybody. But we're holding strong out here. Me and my family, we okay. We holding strong. We're blessed. We're stocked up. Here in the house, we was able to get some stuff. Not everything, but we were able to get some stuff. And any little thing we need, we can still, get to it. And, we're here in good health and good spirits. My daughter is home from school, so, she's running amok, she's in high spirits as she always is, and she's running amok. Yeah, I had to duck out real quick to do this video, you know. But yeah, man, I hope everybody out there is staying healthy and staying strong, I hope everybody's making it through. I know it's going to be tough for a lot of people because, as I said, a lot of jobs is shutting down. I know it's all across the country. A lot of people, jobs and stuff is being affected, by this coronavirus. I know a lot of companies are trying to do things that can help, like, Geico and, insurance companies and other things are I guess, giving people options to defer payments and things like that. So wherever you at, look into that to see what you can get help on as far as your bills. Call your insurance companies, like car insurance, everything, credit cards, and all that type of stuff. Anywhere you owe money, where you got to make your payments and stuff like that, call them up and see what they're offering as far as help, deferring things or canceling payments altogether, because we're going through it over here, and people's finances are going to be affected. I know in New York, they're having a thing with evictions and things like that are being put on hold. They're holding evictions for like the next 90 days or 60 days, something like that. So things like that will help, but it only go over so far. We got to hear it, we get from underneath this corona thing, because excuse me, even with those deferred payments, when you come out of that on the other side, you have to figure out some kind of way to get the money up to pay what you do owe. And like I said, if jobs is all gone, and yeah, I don't know, it's going to be tough. I'm fortunate to be in a position of employment where I have pretty good job security. I don't have to worry about losing my job, and like I said, I'm off right now for the week, but I still get paid. So that's not very fortunate. I know a lot of people are not in that position. That's why I've seen a lot of people out in the streets that shouldn't be out there. People that you can clearly see are sick. They're coughing, they're going through it, but they're still trying to get through to get to, because they may be in positions where their job don't have that type of security, and they're worried about if they don't make it into work, if something happens and they got to go out of work for however long, they're going to lose that job. So I see them out there pushing themselves to get somewhere, but at the same time, that's not helping with flattening the curve. If anything, they're out there risking exposing other people. If they, I mean, they're not, let's be clear, but there's obviously still the things out there that you get sick from. I can't automatically assume, because I see somebody coughing that it's corona, it could be anything else. People still get, bronchitis and stuff like that. It could be anything else. But I'm just saying, if that's the case, you know, so, but, as I said, man, I hope everybody is staying strong out there, staying safe. Again, stay home. If you don't got to be outside, stay home. Don't be out there trying to push the envelope or trying to be a rebel without a cause and whatnot. I'm not trying to be controlled by the man, by the system, by, whatever. Because at the end of the day, like a lot of these young people out here still playing games. It was the whole thing with these people down in Miami and everything still going on. Even people in my neighborhood, I still see young people out here in my neighborhood outside just rolling up blunts, doing everything like it ain't nothing. Somebody that was right across the street, they was having a party outside with the cups and stuff. And I'm like, they're not taking it seriously. And maybe because they're young, and there's a lot of talk of, young, healthy people not really being affected by it that badly. You get a little sick or whatever, but you get out of it. But the thing is, you got to think past yourself. It's a bigger responsibility because you yourself, maybe, yeah, I'm young, I'm healthy, got a good immune system, I ain't got no medical issues or whatever. So you may feel like I get it and I just get a little something to get over it. But the thing is, you got to think about the people at home that you could be getting sick, the older people that surround you. So you got your granny living with you, grandma, grandpa live with you, or maybe you got an older uncle or aunt or somebody that you stay with, or even your own parents. Your parents could be a little older, in their 50s and 60s and whatnot, and they got whatever health conditions, and you get out here because you want to be in the street again, being a rebel without a cause, trying to be down with whatever crowd not taking this stuff seriously, and you go home and get one of them sick and they die. That's not going to be cool. So, again, if you don't got to be outside, stay home. We got technology. I understand people want to see their friends. They want to listen. We got our technologies. I'm talking to you right now via video. You can video chat. They got all these video conferencing things and all that stuff. You can kick it with your friends from the crib, play online, whatever. Just stay home. If you don't got to be outside, stay home. But that's it, man. I just wanted to, stop in, check in. Hope anybody that sees this video or is under the side of my voice again get some kind of encouragement to stay strong, and we'll get through this. It's gonna be tough. We ain't reached the apex of this thing yet, but but we're gonna get there. We gotta fight that battle at the apex. Then we're gonna come down the other side. We're going to be all right, and hopefully, we all make it to, all of us are not going to make it to the other side. There's going to be a lot of folks, there's already been a lot of folks that went down due to this corona thing, but, hopefully we can get this battle won before too many others, get taken out of here. And I hope anybody that sees this video, that hears my voice, I hope you don't lose anybody close to you, I send my strength, I send my faith and all that to you, to everyone. And I just want everybody to stay strong, stay happy, stay blessed. Try to stay in your good minds, try to stay in strong, right mind. Don't let this get to you. If you got to turn off the news for a little while, stuff like that, do that. Because everything on the news is corona. Everything is corona related, and then there's a lot of good stuff they could be talking about it. And, for all the people that's getting sick, all the new cases, and the deaths, there are a lot of people that are recovering and going home from the hospitals that are beating this thing, but they're not really talking about that. We don't hear about that. Like, in New York, all we hear about is, we got this many new cases in this borough and that borough and over here, and the hospitals has got this many people in there, and the hospitals is going crazy, and the hospitals is all messed up. But, quiet is kept, at least from my perspective in New York City. Emergency rooms in New York City kind of been messed up. They've been, this whole, because they try to show you a video of, the British rooms are all so overcrowded, and look all these people in here, and it's crazy. But the thing is, again, long before it started happening, a lot of emergency rooms have been kind of crazy and overpacked, and things have been, messed up. Let's not get it twisted like before. Now, emergency rooms all around New York has been so, pristine and efficient, and they run smooth. We've never had this. No, it's been messed up. It's been messed up. I can tell you from personal experience, there's been times I dreaded going to the emergency room because I know going in there for something simple, you're going to be in there all day long. That'd be your whole day. You try to get in there like 8 o'clock in the morning or something, 7 in the morning. If you gotta get there early, I'll be out by maybe 11 or 12. You be there 5, 6 o'clock in the evening still. So let's not act like the emergency room system before this was so streamlined and efficient, and we wasn't having overcrowded emergency rooms. There was never issues with bed spaces and all this type of stuff. No, that's just not the case. I'm not saying that obviously corona cases are not clogging things up per se, but the things have been messed up. They needed to have been streamlined the way these emergency room and hospital and healthcare systems in New York work. That been needing to be done. But the problem is a lot of times, people are that are in charge of these things are reactive instead of proactive. They don't take the steps to have things in place before time, So now we're just being hammered, and now it's just, however bad it was before, it's just worse. But after this is all said and done, and we go back to normal, emergency rooms are still going to be messed up for whatever reason. Because 9 out of 10, all of this stuff is okay. All these ventilators that we done got from somewhere, they're going to disappear somewhere. And then the next time something happens, they're going to be talking again, we need more of this and that, and we don't got enough of it. What happened to all the stuff that you just got from the last time? Were you throwing the ventilators out when I was done with them or something? I don't know. They say New York New York City has gotten access to, I think, something like $4.6 billion in federal aid. So that's a lot of money. So there should be a lot of permanent things put in place, that was learned from this situation, that they go out and spend that money on, to have in place permanently for future situations. Like they open all these field hospitals and all these things. Some of that $4.6 billion should go into constructing permanent, actual field facilities for things like this. So you don't have to be putting up tents and all this other kind of crazy stuff, because these actual structures have been taken and been created. There's a whole lot of buildings around New York City that's just sitting abandoned that they can take and do that. There's a lot of hospitals that they done shut down that they could put that money back into to have these hospitals available. Because like I said, that's another funny thing. You hear about all these hospitals, they're shutting down this hospital, they're closing that hospital because they don't need it, they don't need it. But then when something like this happens, then what happens? Now they need more buildings, they need more beds, they need more buildings, they need more space. But you keep shutting down hospitals. You keep shutting down facilities. But there's a lot of work to be done, and hopefully there'll be a lot of lessons to be learned from this situation going forward. And that's another thing, as far as lessons, right now, everybody and their grandmama is running around being germophobes. Now they're washing and scrubbing and disinfecting everything, from personal people to business. Because I can tell you a lot. I tell you right now, I'm pretty sure about every business out there that you can think of, from movie theaters to the bowling alleys to the everywhere. Once this corona thing started going down, and right before they really shut this stuff down, they were still letting people kind of move around. Before they got to the space where it was like, okay, it's time to close all this down, it can't be open. I'm pretty sure all these places was running around. All of a sudden now they got this disinfecting protocol in place, and they putting up signs letting everybody know, don't worry, we're working to keep you safe. Please still come in. You can still come in here. We're cleaning and disinfecting everything with them. But the thing is, I should have had disinfecting protocols in place from the beginning. If you're a bowling alley, you should have disinfectant. I'm not talking about beyond just the shoes or get it sprayed on the shoes. I'm talking about regular disinfecting protocols as it comes to the bowling balls that everybody come in contact with when they're in there. The seats, the buttons on the things that everybody's pressing, in the bathrooms, the vending machines, all these things should already have had. But as I said, I'm pretty sure at this point they was doing all that. You might say, nobody do all that, but I'm sure at this point, at that point before they was totally shut down, they was wiping down everything. They was going around disinfecting the vending machines, the bowling balls, the bathroom handles, everything. But they should have been doing this before. Movie theaters, I'm pretty sure they all of a sudden they adopted protocols. They're wiping down all the disinfecting the drink machines. You go there and make your own drink. They was disinfecting down the ticket kiosk. You can go and get your tickets without going to the booth. You can press, you swipe and put your own, type in what you want and get your own tickets. They was wiping out everything. Probably going into the theaters themselves, disinfecting the seats. But all of these things should have been in place. You should have been doing this type of stuff. So I hope, when I'm saying this, I said all that to say this. I hope that all of these protocols that people done picked up all of a sudden keep that same energy when this is over. If you was all about during this thing disinfecting down your whole business every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, whatever, keep that same energy, because again, that's the type of diligence and vigilance that will keep something like this from happening in the future. If you have proper disinfecting protocols, something like this can't take hold, because y'all already will be disinfecting everything. So if somebody did come and they have some kind of whatever, and they came in and touched something, if y'all have protocols in place where that stuff is cleaned regularly, the next person won't be coming and getting the germs, because it should be cleaned down whenever possible. Of course, you can't clean things when somebody's actually using it, but anytime you see that little bit of law where there's nobody touching the machine, get over there and clean it. Have somebody get over there and clean it, disinfect it down, whatever it may be. Because like I said, like at my job now, they don't put all the, the automatic Perel things all over the place. That wasn't there before. These things should have been in place. I don't know. Would you suddenly figure out that you have thousands of people, hundreds of people every day in these same spaces touching the same stuff? You just figure that out when you're the transit authority. You just figure that out when you're in a movie theater. When you own a movie theater. You just figure that out when you own a bowling alley. You just figure these things out when when you're running a Chuck E. Cheese or somewhere like that. You can't just be figuring these things out the last minute. These things you should already understand that these protocols have to be in place, because we're talking about human contact going on all day in here. We're talking about germs being spread all day. People come in these places sick and coughing. I got a little bit of flu. I'm going to the movies anyway. I'm gonna get my drink out of this machine. I'm gonna order my ticket. So I hope people keep the same energy. People walking around, they want to wear masks. I'm not saying everybody walk around with masks, but everybody's about covering their mouth and using hand sanitizer. People running around buying up all the hand sanitizer like it's going out of style. Keep that same energy. Don't all of a sudden, when this is over, turn back to being disgusting, coughing everywhere. I don't wash my hands. Everybody's about, give me space now, 6 feet. Keep that same energy. Don't be up in my face after this is done. Still give me 6 feet when you conversate with me. Let's not switch up, folks, because this would be, like I said, that'd be the type of diligence and vigilance that will keep this type of thing from taking hold in the future. All right. So with that being said, everybody stay strong. Everybody stay blessed. Keep up your good spirits. And remember, as I always say, right now, this life is really knocking us down. Life is really giving us a 1, 2, 3-piece combination right now. But after all this is said and done, remember, we will rebuild. Till next time, one love.